They taught us Atlantis was just a myth, but classified satellite images reveal a truth so terrifying it could destroy everything we know about human history. Deep within the unforgiving sands of Mauritania lies the Richat Structure, commonly known as the Eye of the Sahara. For decades, geologists have dismissed it as a simple geological dome, a natural anomaly shaped by wind and time. But leaked coordinates from a suppressed 1970s military satellite mission tell a vastly different, much darker story. What if this sprawling circular formation is not a natural wonder, but the scarred epicenter of an ancient, deliberate annihilation?
In 2004, an anonymous whistleblower known only as Clearance 7 dumped heavily redacted documents onto a deep web server. These files contained raw geological scans of the exact center of the Richat Structure. The scans detected massive anomalies, concentric rings of fused glass known as trinitite, buried just beneath the sand. Trinitite is only formed under one extreme condition: the blistering heat of a nuclear detonation. The coordinates listed in the files point directly to the geographical center of the eye. Yet every time independent researchers attempt to physically access this specific coordinate, they are intercepted by unidentified, heavily armed private security forces.
Mainstream science claims that no human civilization possessed the technology to split the atom prior to the mid-20th century. However, the presence of radioactive glass rings mirroring the exact concentric shape of the Richat structure suggests an unfathomable alternative. These aren't just random patches of scorched earth. They are perfectly symmetrical rings of devastation. The heat required to vitrify sand into green glass across a 40-kilometer diameter exceeds the power of our most modern thermal weapons. Whoever or whatever struck this location did so with terrifying precision, leaving behind a geographical scar visible from the edges of space.
The dimensions of the Richat structure are hauntingly specific. Plato described Atlantis as a circular city consisting of alternating rings of water and land, measuring exactly 23.5 kilometers in diameter. When we measure the outer rings of the Eye of the Sahara, the dimensions match Plato's account with chilling exactness. But the suppressed documents go further. They propose that Atlantis wasn't swallowed by the sea in a natural catastrophe, but was targeted and eradicated in a prehistoric nuclear strike. A strike so powerful, it vaporized the surrounding ocean, turning the once lush landscape into the desolate wasteland we now call the Sahara Desert.
Why is there no ongoing, transparent excavation of the site? The answer lies in the geopolitical grip over the region. Mauritania has kept the core of the Richat structure under strict, unacknowledged military quarantine for decades. Independent soil sampling is strictly prohibited under the guise of protecting natural heritage. Yet, satellite imagery from military satellites intentionally blurred for public platforms like Google Earth reveals unmarked cargo planes landing on makeshift airstrips near the outer rings under the cover of darkness. What exactly are they extracting? Or more terrifyingly, what are they making sure stays buried in the irradiated sand?
In 2011, a rogue team of geologists managed to smuggle a core sample out of the third ring. When analyzed in an underground facility in Switzerland, the mass spectrometry results sent shockwaves through the underground scientific community. The sample contained traces of plutonium-239 and uranium-235 isotopes. These are synthetic, weapons-grade isotopes that simply do not occur in nature. Their half-lives indicate a detonation event approximately 12,000 years ago. This timeline perfectly aligns with the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis, a period marking the sudden, violent end of the last ice age and the inexplicable disappearance of advanced megafauna.
Mainstream historians point to a comet strike as the cause of the Younger Dryas cooling period. But the suppressed files suggest a terrifying counter-narrative. The comet theory is a manufactured cover-up, heavily funded by shadow organizations to hide the reality of an ancient global war. If humanity realizes that a hyper-advanced civilization annihilated itself with atomic weapons 12 millennia ago, the fundamental control structures of our modern society would collapse. Governments rely on the narrative of linear human progress. Acknowledging a cyclical history of technological rise and self-destruction threatens the very foundation of modern authority.
Further analysis of ground-penetrating radar from the leaked 2004 files reveals something even more impossible beneath the central dome. Exactly 1.2 kilometers below the surface of the eye, there is a network of massive geometric voids. These aren't natural cave systems. They consist of perfect right angles and interconnected corridors, shielded by an unknown hyper-dense material that deflects standard sonar frequencies. The whistleblower, Clearance 7, claimed these were subterranean survival bunkers constructed by the elites of Atlantis moments before the orbital strike hit. And the most disturbing part? Thermal imaging detects faint rhythmic heat signatures still emanating from the deepest levels.
The unmarked cargo planes aren't just guarding the site, they are actively looting it. Elite military factions, operating entirely off the books, are allegedly drilling into these subterranean vaults. They are not looking for gold or ancient texts. They are extracting surviving ancient technology. Technology capable of unlimited energy generation, or worse, the very weapon systems that scorched the Sahara. Witnesses among the local nomadic Tuareg tribes speak in hushed whispers of mechanical roars shaking the earth at midnight and blinding flashes of blue light bursting from the sand, completely silent, yet terrifying enough to kill entire herds of livestock instantly. Whatever Clearance 7 discovered, it cost them their life. Shortly after the radar data was uploaded to the dark web, the IP address was traced to a remote cabin in the Swiss Alps. When investigative journalists finally reached the location, they found it reduced to ashes. Official reports ruled it a gas leak explosion, but forensic anomalies told a different tale. The fire had burned at temperatures exceeding 3,000 degrees Celsius, melting the steel support beams and vitrifying the soil beneath the cabin. It was a localized micronuclear strike, the exact same signature found at the eye of the Sahara, used to silence the one person trying to expose it.
Rumors began to circulate on encrypted forums about a specific artifact extracted from the subterranean bunkers beneath the Richat Structure. It is referred to as the obsidian core. Descriptions claim it is a perfectly spherical object, cold to the touch, yet pulsing with an internal, luminescent energy that distorts local gravity. security contractors who handled the transport of this artifact reportedly suffered from severe acute radiation syndrome, coupled with intense psychological breakdowns. They reported hearing whispers in an extinct guttural language, emanating directly into their minds whenever they stood within 10 feet of the containment unit.
The suppression of the Eye of the Sahara is not just about hoarding ancient superweapons. It is a psychological operation on a global scale. If the public learns that humanity reached an apex of technological godhood only to be wiped out in an afternoon of atomic fire, the fragile illusion of modern security shatters. The powers that be need us to believe we are the pinnacle of evolution, moving forward in a straight line. The ruins of the Richat Structure stand as a colossal radioactive tombstone, screaming a warning across the millennia. We are not the first, and we are violently close to repeating their terminal mistake.
But the most terrifying revelation is yet to come. Seismic monitoring stations hidden in West Africa have recently recorded a drastic uptick in deep earth tremors centered perfectly on the Richat coordinates. These are not tectonic shifts. They possess a rhythmic, artificial cadence. The thermal signatures detected in the deep bunkers are rising exponentially. The suppression isn't just about hiding the past, it's about managing a present escalating crisis. The ancient mechanisms buried beneath the eye of the Sahara are not dead. They were just dormant. And whatever unauthorized drilling the shadow military is conducting, it has inadvertently triggered an automated sequence.
Intelligence intercepts from encrypted military bands suggest a frantic, desperate evacuation of the black site extraction teams. The radio chatter is filled with panic, speaking of containment failure and an uncontrollable energy buildup in the central shaft. The very weapon that vaporized the Atlantic Ocean and turned northern Africa into a barren wasteland is spinning up for a second firing. Governments are scrambling, quietly moving high-value personnel into deep underground bunkers across the globe, all while maintaining the facade of daily news on the surface. They know the countdown has already begun.
The Eye of the Sahara is finally opening. The suppressed coordinates are no longer just a secret of the past. They are the epicenter of our immediate future. We have spent decades looking up at the stars for threats, completely blind to the ancient doomsday machine buried right under our feet. Atlantis didn't just fall, it was executed, and the executioner's weapon never left the crime scene. As the tremors grow stronger and the governments remain silent, one question remains. When the blinding light flashes from the sands of Mauritania once more, who will be left to hide the truth?